From the golden sands of the Sahara to the shimmering Mediterranean, this is North Africa, where history breathes, beauty endures, and Africa's northern soul awaits. Welcome to the North Africa Resort, Northern Africa, where sands, seas, and civilizations converge. Algeria, the hidden giant of the Maghreb, a land of paradox and poetry, where the Sahara stretches like eternity itself and the Mediterranean sighs at its northern edge. A nation that has stood the test of empire, resistance, and rebirth. Quietly powerful, quietly beautiful. To know Algeria is to understand Africa's depth, the kind that doesn't shout, but whispers with the wind. It's not the Africa of postcards or tourist cliches. It's the Africa of authenticity, of scale, of strength. Here, landscapes overwhelm the imagination and culture humbles the soul. Algeria is not a country you visit, it's a country you absorb. Algiers, the white queen by the sea. At first sight, Algiers dazzles, a city of whitewashed buildings cascading toward the turquoise sea. They call it Alger la Blanche, Algiers the White, but its true brilliance lies in the life within its narrow streets. The old Kasbah of Algiers, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is the city's beating heart. Its labyrinthine alleys twist through centuries of history, Ottoman palaces, artisan shops, and the scent of baked bread drifting from stone archways. Here, time moves slowly, and every corner whispers a story. From the terrace of Hotel El Aurasi, the Mediterranean horizon stretches endlessly. The same sea that carried Phoenicians, Romans, Arabs, and French across millennia. At night, Algiers glows like a pearl, music from cafes mingling with the rhythm of the waves. This is Africa's northern pulse, elegant, proud, and eternal. Just west of Algiers lies Tipaza, where ancient Rome still dreams beside the sea. Marble columns rise from golden sands, and the ruins of amphitheaters gaze out over waves that sparkle like glass. Albert Camus once wrote, "In Tipaza, I understood that happiness is a simple harmony between man and the sun." And indeed, here the sun paints everything with gold, the ruins, the sea, the very air. Tipaza is where travelers come not for monuments but for communion, a place to listen to the whispers of civilizations long gone, and the laughter of fishermen hauling nets just as their ancestors did. Constantine, the city of bridges and sky. Inland, the ancient city of Constantine defies gravity. Suspended between cliffs and canyons, it's a city that floats, bridges arching across dizzying gorges, connecting one ancient art to another. Known as the City of Bridges, Constantine's drama is architectural and emotional. It has seen empires rise and fall, yet it still stands as one of Africa's great intellectual capitals, a cradle of Arab scholarship and Algerian identity. The Ahmed Bey Palace, a masterpiece of Ottoman artistry, whispers tales of nobility and rebellion. And from the Emir Abdelkader Mosque, the call to prayer echoes through the canyons like a song between earth and sky. Modern travelers can rest in luxury at the Marriott Constantine, where the city's lights flicker beneath the cliffs. An unforgettable sight that makes you believe that man and nature can, indeed, coexist beautifully. And then there is the Sahara, Algeria's eternal crown. An ocean of sand and silence stretching across 2 million square kilometers. Here, the desert is not emptiness, it is existence in its purest form. The Hoggar Mountains rise like blackened cathedrals from golden dunes. At their heart lies Tamanrasset, the home of the Tuareg, the noble nomads of the desert. They are the blue men of the Sahara, veiled in indigo, walking poetry under the sun. Their hospitality is ancient and sacred. In a Tuareg tent, travelers are welcomed with mint tea poured aye, symbolizing friendship and peace. Nights under the Sahara sky are indescribable, a cathedral of stars above and silence deeper than prayer. To understand Algeria is to taste it. Here, food is memory, a celebration of roots and resilience. The aroma of couscous, steamed slowly and served with lamb, chickpeas, and tender vegetables, fills family homes on Fridays. Chorba, a spicy tomato soup, warms the spirit. Majuba, delicate crepes stuffed with onion, tomato, and harissa brings joy to street corners. And makrut, semolina pastries soaked in honey and date, is a sweet reminder that even the desert has its sugar. Music in Algeria is as diverse as its landscapes. From the melancholic poetry of Chabi in Algiers to the desert blues of Tinariwen echoing from the Sahara, Algeria's rhythm is both ancient and alive. Craftsmanship here is art and identity. The silver jewelry of the Tuareg, the colorful pottery of Kabylie, the woven carpets that tell silent family stories. Every piece, every song, every flavor, a testament to a culture that never breaks, only bends with time. Algeria is not easily defined, and that is its magic. It's not the quick thrill of tourism, it's the slow awakening of awe. It's where you walk through ancient cities built by empires, then find yourself humbled by dunes older than history. It's where the Mediterranean kisses Africa and the Sahara whispers eternity. To travel through Algeria is to journey through Africa's grandest silence and most profound beauty, a place that doesn't beg to be seen. It invites you to feel. So, when the sun sets over the Hogar and the winds carry the songs of the Tuareg into the night, you will understand. Algeria doesn't just show you Africa, it reminds you what it means to be human in Africa. Best time to visit, March to June and September to November, when the Sahara cools and the coastal breeze carries spring across the north. Winters in Algiers are mild, while desert nights can be surprisingly cold. Currency, Algerian dinar, Arabic and Berber, Tamazight are official. French is widely used, especially in business and hospitality. Cultural notes. Algerians are deeply proud of their history and identity, dress modestly, especially in rural and desert communities. Hospitality here is sacred. Never refuse a cup of tea offered by a Tuareg host. Egypt, where time sleeps in golden sands. Egypt, a name that echoes through eternity, the land where time itself bows to the brilliance of human imagination, where the Nile flows like a timeless scroll, chronicling stories written in sand, stone, and spirit. Here, civilization was not born, it was crafted with precision, faith, and artistry that still humbles the world. Every grain of sand in Egypt holds the memory of human triumph, the whisper of pharaohs, and the shimmer of the sun on ancient gold. To travel through Egypt is not merely to see history, it is to walk inside it. The land of the Nile. Stretching more than 1,000 kilometers, the Nile River is Egypt's eternal heartbeat, a shimmering ribbon that has fed empires, inspired prophets, and guided travelers for millennia. From the tranquil flow at Aswan to the fertile delta near Cairo, the Nile is the country's lifeline, a natural wonder that's carved civilization from desert's rock. On its banks lie temples older than time itself, Karnak and Luxor, where colossal pillars rise like frozen prayers, Abu Simbel, where Ramses II stares into eternity, his gaze unbroken after 3,000 years, and Philae, a temple rescued from drowning waters, reborn stone by stone, proof that heritage in Egypt never dies, it simply transforms. Today, luxury river cruises glide these same ancient waters, where travelers sip tea under starlit skies while drifting through the pages of human history. Cairo, the city that never sleeps because history doesn't. Cairo is where chaos and charm dance endlessly together. A city of 20 million souls built on layers of civilizations, Pharaonic, Coptic, Islamic, and modern African. The Egyptian Museum still reigns as one of the world's greatest vaults of antiquities, but its new counterpart, the Grand Egyptian Museum near Giza, promises to become the ultimate home for the treasures of the pharaohs. And speaking of Giza, no visit to Egypt is complete without standing before the Great Pyramids. These are not just monuments, they are living testaments to human audacity. Every block, every line, every angle whispers of a people who mastered the impossible, who spoke to eternity in the language of stone. Nearby, the Sphinx keeps her secrets, silent, stoic, and unbroken as modern Egypt rises around her. Luxury and leisure in the desert, Egypt's travel scene is not only about history, it's also about hospitality refined over millennia. Along the Red Sea Riviera from Hurghada to Sharm el-Sheikh, all-inclusive resorts glisten against turquoise waters. Here, divers explore coral reefs as vibrant as the world's imagination, and desert safaris stretch into endless horizons of golden silence. Resorts like Rixos Premium Seagate, Steigenberger Alcazar, and TUI Magic Life Malawi redefine relaxation with the ancient art of Egyptian welcome. El Gouna, often called the Venice of the Red Sea, is Egypt's modern marvel, a town built on lagoons, offering kitesurfing, yacht cruises, and a nightlife that hums beneath the desert moon. In Siwa Oasis, travelers find serenity surrounded by palm groves and salt lakes, an escape where luxury is measured not in stars, but in stillness. The desert calls. Beyond the Nile and coastlines lies another Egypt, a wild, untamed world of deserts that glow like fire beneath the sun. The White Desert, with its ghostly limestone formations, looks like a dream painted by the wind. The Sinai Mountains rise like silent prophets, offering trails once walked by Moses himself. And as night falls, the Egyptian desert reveals its most priceless treasure, silence. A silence so vast, you can hear your own heartbeat harmonize with the stars. Culinary travel. Egypt's cuisine is as rich as its culture, from smoky koshari to freshly baked baladi bread, from spiced molokhia to sweet basbousa. Travelers dine beneath lantern-lit courtyards or aboard floating restaurants on the Nile, and in every meal, there's a taste of history, a flavor carried through generations, across empires, into the modern plate. Spirituality and soul, Egypt is not only a destination, it's a feeling. In its mosques, its churches, its temples, one feels the timelessness of devotion. From the call to prayer echoing over Cairo to the Christian hymns in the Coptic Quarter, Egypt invites travelers not only to explore but to reflect. Egypt is more than the cradle of civilization, it is the classroom of wonder. Every traveler who comes here leaves with a deeper understanding of time, of beauty, and of what it means to build something that outlasts mortality. In Egypt, you don't chase moments, you inherit them. You don't just see the past, you become part of it. Because here, in the heart of North Africa, history never sleeps, it simply waits for you to arrive. Best time to visit, October to April, when the desert heat softens and the Nile flows beneath cooler skies. Perfect for exploring temples, cruising the river, or walking the streets of Cairo without the summer blaze. Currency, Egyptian pound. Cash is king in local markets, but credit cards are widely accepted in major cities. Language, Arabic is official, but English and French are commonly spoken in tourism areas. Cultural notes. Respect for local customs is important. Modest dress is appreciated, especially in rural areas and religious sites. Traveler's tip. Always carry bottled water, sunscreen, and curiosity. Because every conversation in Egypt may open a doorway to history. Morocco, the kingdom of color and craft. There are places you visit, and then there are places that visit you long after you've left. Morocco is one of those rare places, a land where colors breathe, where every door tells a story, and where every street corner hums to a rhythm older than its cobblestones. Here, Africa wears its elegance with quiet confidence, a seamless blend of Berber soul, Arab artistry, and Mediterranean grace. From the sapphire lanes of Chefchaouen to the golden sands of Merzouga, Morocco is a canvas painted by centuries of travelers, traders, and dreamers who passed through and never quite left in spirit. Marrakech, the beating heart of the Maghreb. They call it the Red City, not just for the hue of its walls, but for the warmth of its pulse. Marrakech is a world within a world, a living museum of senses. At its core lies Jema Elfna, the legendary square where drummers, storytellers, snake charmers, and spice sellers weave together the melody of Moroccan life. By day, it's a marketplace. By night, it becomes an open-air opera of humanity. And beyond the square, the labyrinth of the Medina, narrow alleys draped in carpets and lanterns, scents of orange blossom, sandalwood, and mint tea mingling in the air. Here, you don't simply walk. You wander, you lose yourself, and you find yourself again. Luxury here wears tradition like jewelry. Riads, those ancient courtyard homes, have become the heart of Moroccan hospitality. Places like La Mamounia, Riyad Yasmin, and Royal Mansour blend royal opulence with intimate Moroccan charm. Each courtyard, a sanctuary, each mosaic, a silent poem. Casablanca, modern elegance by the sea. Then there's Casablanca, Morocco's cosmopolitan heartbeat, the city of sleek boulevards, Art Deco facades, and Atlantic breezes. It's not just a film legend, it's the living symbol of Morocco's modern identity. The Hassan II Mosque, rising from the edge of the ocean, is one of the most majestic spiritual structures on earth. Its marble courtyard can hold over 100,000 worshippers, and its minaret, the tallest in Africa, points heavenward as if bridging faith and sea. Luxury resorts such as Mazagan Beach and Golf, Four Seasons Casablanca, and Sofitel Tour Blanche invite travelers into a world where Moroccan craftsmanship meets international elegance. Fez, the spiritual capital. If Marrakech is passion, then Fez is poetry. Home to one of the world's oldest universities, Al-Qarawiyyin, of Fez, has been the seat of scholarship and soul for over a millennium. Here, artisans still work by hand, as their ancestors did, shaping leather, weaving silk, and painting Zeligi tiles with devotion. The Fez Medina, with over 9,000 alleys, is an ancient labyrinth that refuses to surrender to time. To wander Fez is to time travel to a world where learning, faith, and craftsmanship still reign. And when dusk falls, the haunting sound of the call to prayer rising over its rooftops feels less like a sound and more like a memory echoing through centuries. Chefchaouen, the blue miracle, nestled in the Rif Mountains lies Chefchaouen, the blue pearl of Morocco. Every wall, every staircase, every doorway is painted in shades of blue, cobalt, azure, turquoise, blending heaven and earth into one breathtaking vision. It's a place that soothes the traveler's soul. Artists come here to find inspiration. Photographers come to chase light. But everyone leaves with peace, a piece that feels painted right into the walls. Small riads like Daresh Chowan and Casapoleta offer intimacy with views that could humble even the most seasoned wanderer. The Sahara experience. And then there is the Sahara, the soul of Morocco. In Metzalga or Erg Chebi, towering dunes glow like molten gold under the sun. Camels sway across the horizon like shadows in slow motion, and Berber tents rise in the distance, promising warmth and story. As night falls, luxury resort camps like Scarabeo Camp and Azalai Desert Lodge invite travelers beneath an infinite sky. Here, there are no clocks, only stars, and the soft rhythm of drums carried by the desert wind. It's the kind of silence that makes you hear your own heartbeat again. Coastal escapes, Essaouira and Agadir. Morocco's soul may dwell in the desert, but its heartbeat also dances along the sea. Essaouira, the white and blue port city, is where the Atlantic meets artistry. Once a haunt of musicians and poets, today it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for its laid-back charm and windswept beauty. Windsurfers, wanderers, and dreamers gather here, embraced by its easy rhythm. Further south, Agadir offers something entirely different. Modern beachfront, luxury, wide boulevards, and all-inclusive resorts like Ibero Star Waves Fountain Beach and Rio Palace Tikida, Agadir. Here, the ocean hums a lullaby of relaxation, and the sunsets melt into the Atlantic like liquid gold. Culinary journey to taste Morocco is to taste harmony, a fusion of Berber earth, Arab spice, and Mediterranean breeze. Tagines bubbling with saffron and apricots, couscous soft as silk, and mint tea, sweet, fragrant, poured high into the glass like a ceremony of friendship. In Morocco, every meal is a welcome, and every bite tells a story. The essence of Morocco. To travel through Morocco is to discover that beauty can be ancient and new, wild and refined, all at once. It's a country that has mastered the art of mystery, revealing itself slowly like a story you don't want to end. Because Morocco is not just a destination, it is a feeling of color, craft, and quiet confidence. It doesn't beg to be understood, it simply invites you to feel. In Morocco, time is not a straight line, it's a tapestry, threads of past and present woven together by human hands, by faith, by beauty, and by the eternal African rhythm that beats beneath it all. And as you leave its markets, its dunes, its blue alleys, and its sea-swept shores, Morocco leaves something in you, a color you can't forget, a sound that lingers, a memory that feels like home. Best time to visit, March to May and September to November, when the weather is warm but not scorching. Spring fills the valleys with wildflowers, while autumn cools the desert winds. Currency, Moroccan dirham. Most ATMs accept international cards. Local currency is required for markets, souks. Language, Arabic and Amazigh, Berber, are official, while French is widely spoken. English is growing fast, especially in tourist centers. Cultural notes. Moroccans are warm and hospitable, but always ask before taking photos of people. Friday is the main day of prayer. Expect slower city rhythms. Traveler's tip. Sip mint tea wherever you go. It's not just a drink. It's Morocco's way of saying, welcome home. Tunisia, the jasmine coast and the echoes of Carthage. There is a fragrance that defines Tunisia, the soft, sweet scent of jasmine carried on the coastal breeze. It's in every courtyard, every marketplace, every smile. They call Tunisia the land of jasmine, but it could just as easily be called the land where Africa's northward journey finds its grace. Here, the desert hums ancient songs, the sea shimmers with Mediterranean light, and the cities, oh, the cities, tell stories in blue and white, in ruins and rebirth, in quiet pride. Tunisia is small by size but vast in spirit, a nation that has cradled empires, survived revolutions, and yet never lost its tenderness. Tunis, the crossroads of time. At the heart of Tunisia stands Tunis, the capital, where Africa shakes hands with the Mediterranean world, a city layered like a history book, Roman, Arab, Ottoman, French, each leaving a distinct scent in the air. The Medina of Tunis, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is a labyrinth of narrow lanes echoing with the hum of daily life. Here, artisans hammer copper trays as they did centuries ago. Perfume merchants fill the air with musk and myrrh, and cafes spill mint tea onto sunlit corners. Modern Tunis, meanwhile, rises gracefully. Tree-lined boulevards, museums, and hotels like the Four Seasons Tunis, where contemporary elegance meets Mediterranean calm. But just outside the capital lies something eternal: Carthage. Carthage, the empire that refused to be forgotten. Few names in history resonate like Carthage. Once the greatest rival of Rome, the city of Hannibal, fearless general, son of Africa, still breathes through its ancient stones. Walk through the ruins of Antonine Baths, gaze upon the sea that once bore Carthaginian fleets, and you can still feel it, the pride of a civilization that defied an empire. Carthage may have fallen, but its spirit became part of Africa's eternal backbone, proof that greatness, once born on this soil, never truly dies. Sidi Bou Saad, the blue and white dream just north of Tunis, perched on cliffs overlooking the Mediterranean, lies Sidi Bou Said, a village so beautiful it feels like a painting that decided to become real. Whitewashed walls shimmer under the sun, blue doors and shutters glow like the sea. Bougainvillea cascades over terraces, perfuming the air with color. Artists, poets, and travelers have long found sanctuary here, drawn by its serenity and symmetry. It's a place where time pauses, where every alley is a photograph waiting to happen. Boutique hotels like La Villa Bleue and Dar Said capture the essence of Sidi Bou Said: intimate, romantic, timeless. The Jasmine Coast, Hammamet and Nabil. Further east along the coast lies Hammamet, Tunisia's legendary seaside escape, once the playground of aristocrats, now a paradise for travelers seeking sun, culture, and calm. All-inclusive resorts such as the Residence Tunis, Hasdrubal, Thalassa, and Spa, and Royal Azur Thalassa offer the kind of hospitality that blends luxury with North African warmth. Here, the Mediterranean meets Arabic architecture, domes and arches mirrored by turquoise pools, palms swaying to the rhythm of soft waves. Nearby, Nabeu, famous for its pottery and markets, offers another dimension of Tunisian life: craft, color, and coastal charm, wrapped in everyday authenticity. The Sahara calls, but Tunisia is not only about beaches. Drive south and the horizon changes, cities fade into sand, and the wind begins to whisper in an ancient tongue. The Sahara dominates the soul of southern Tunisia, a golden kingdom of silence and wonder. In those known as the gateway to the desert, camel caravans set out into the dunes. In Tozeur, date palms line the oases, while traditional desert homes called kaur glow under the sun. Luxury camps like Anantara Sahara Tozeur Resort offer travelers a rare experience, waking up to sunrise over sand dunes that stretch beyond imagination. At night, the sky becomes a cathedral of stars, and travelers realize how small, how miraculous, how connected everything truly is. Djerba, the island of might and tranquility. Floating off Tunisia's southern coast lies Yerba, an island that blends legend and leisure. According to ancient myths, this is where Odysseus paused during his long journey home, enchanted by the island of the lotus eaters. Today, Jerba still feels enchanted. Its beaches are wide and golden, its waters calm and blue. Resorts like Asdrubal Prestige, Thalassa and Spa Jerba and Radisson Blue Palace Resort and Thalasso promise world-class relaxation rooted in local beauty. But beyond the resorts, Yerba hides treasures. Old synagogues, bustling souks, Berber villages, and an island pace that moves to the rhythm of tides, not clocks. Culture, cuisine, and craft. Tunisian cuisine tells a story of fusion. Mediterranean freshness meets Saharan spice. From couscous, served with lamb and vegetables, to brick, a thin pastry filled with egg and tuna. The flavors are both bold and balanced. Seafood is a coastal specialty, while mint tea remains a national symbol of hospitality. Artisans across Tunisia keep ancient crafts alive, weaving carpets, shaping ceramics, and crafting jewelry that reflects Berber and Arab heritage in perfect harmony. A country of contrasts. In Tunisia, the contrasts are what make it beautiful. Roman ruins standing beside Ottoman minarets, desert dunes melting into blue seas, ancient Carthage remembered, modern Tunisia reborn. Every traveler finds a rhythm here, whether wandering the Medina of Tunis, gazing at the stars over Tozeur, or watching the sun dip into the Mediterranean from Sidi Bou Said. Tunisia may be small on the map, but it is immense in its offering, a tapestry of civilizations, a gateway between Africa and the world. It is where you feel the calm of the sea, the warmth of the people, and the pulse of history, all in one breath. Because Tunisia doesn't compete for attention, it simply exists, confidently, gracefully, like the jasmine it wears behind its ear. And to the traveler who seeks meaning, silence, and beauty, Tunisia whispers softly, "Welcome home. You've always belonged here." Best time to visit: April to June and September to November, when the beaches glow and the desert softens. Summer can be hot, but coastal breezes make it bearable. Visa and entry: many nationalities can enter visa-free for up to 90 days. Always verify with your embassy. Currency: Tunisian dinar. Currency exchange is regulated. Exchange only at licensed offices. Language: Arabic is official, French is widely spoken. English is common in tourist areas. Cultural notes: Tunisians are progressive yet proud of their traditions. Friday is holy. Many businesses close or shorten hours. Public affection is rare in rural areas, though cities are relaxed. Traveler's tip: don't rush Tunisia. Let its rhythm guide you. Start in the Medinas, end in the desert, and somewhere in between, you'll find yourself. To travel across North Africa is to walk through a living museum of civilizations, where the pyramids whisper to the dunes, where minarets touch the sky, and where the sea keeps the memory of empires that came and went. It is the meeting of time and light, the Africa of scholars, sailors, poets, and dreamers. A land that doesn't ask you to look, it asks you to feel. For every traveler who seeks authenticity beyond comfort and wonder beyond luxury, North Africa is waiting, timeless and alive.